I get lifted, you get lifted.
Welcome, guys, to Chocolate Tangerine on Power 108.9. I'm so excited that you're here. I'm your host, Tanjanika, and I'll be guiding you through this next mission that we're going to be on this week. I'm so excited. Welcome, you guys. We got a lot to discuss this week, okay? A lot has happened. A lot has transpired, okay? Whether it's legislation, whether it's world events, whether it's economic downfalls, all the things we're going to be discussing this week on Chocolate Tangerine. So get ready, sit back, relax, talk to me in the chat, talk to me nice, okay? And listen, let me tell you, first the hell of all, how you doing? How are y'all this week? A lot has happened, and so I just want to check in with you. How's your mental? How are you feeling? You know, like, how's your mama them? How your family? Are you taking time for yourself? Are you meditating? Are you doing something for yourself? Some type of self-care routine, regimen, exercise, something, sis. Something, bruh. Do those things, okay? Do those things for yourself and make sure that you are paying attention, right? Because all of these things, especially if you're an empath, the things of the world can really affect us. And so I really want us to make sure we're mindful and taking care of ourselves, because that's how, like, depression can sneak in. That's how, you know, overeating, eating habits can get crazy, lack of exercise, all of those things. Get in some nature, okay? Go for a walk. Breathe in some oxygen. It's a beautiful day in my neighborhood. I don't know about yours. Can't speak for everyone, but in my neighborhood, it's a beautiful day. So whenever there's an opportunity, make sure you get in nature. Make sure you do something for yourself, okay? So that is my thing, my public PSA. Also, I want a major shout out. I just got back from New York. Do you see the glow? Shout out to you for just loving on me properly. I appreciate it so much. I am so grateful, and I just think you're dope as fuck, so I appreciate you. So anyway, we're going to get into some legislation because I want to open it up. You know how we start the show off. I want to let you guys know right off top some things that are happening in your neck of the woods that you absolutely need to know about, you absolutely need to pay attention to, okay? So first of all, big up Alabama. Alabama came through the building with constitutional carry. Okay, they are now the 22nd state. 21 other states are also constitutional carry, meaning that anyone over the age of 21 now no longer needs to go in to get a permit to conceal carry their firearm. Okay, so that has now taken place in the state of Alabama. Some things you need to know about. You know, I'm gonna let you know the fine print, okay? Because it sounds good on paper. It sounds good in the beginning, right? So basically what's happening is the Alabama governor signed it into effect that starts January 1st, 2023. Okay, so be mindful of that. And it will end the requirement for a person to get a concealed carry permit to carry a loaded handgun concealed under their clothes in a car or in a purse or bag. Okay, that's the very specific language of the bill. And so the governor was quick to say, he said, unlike states who do everything in their power to make it harder for law-abiding citizens, Alabama is reaffirming our commitment to defending our Second Amendment rights. I have always stood up for the rights of law-abiding gun owners, and I'm proud to do that again today. That's what he said. And so a lot of advocates were really praising this bill. Again, it joins 21 other states, so it makes sense that Alabama, a lot of the southern states, I absolutely think are going to flip. They are really about them guns. They are gun-toting people. This is in their blood, their DNA. So I really believe all the southern states are going to go for this. And so I'm really excited about it. I'm going to save the thing for the end of what I don't like. But right now, let me just keep telling you what's going on. A lot of opponents were opposed to the bill because they were saying this is like basically opening the door for more criminals. They cited that Alabama has the 5th highest rated gun-related deaths, and that's including suicides and also gun-related issues, homicides as well. And so they had 1,141 deaths according to the CDC. So when you include suicides in that, like, are you going to ban all guns because someone, chose to make a decision for themselves in their life? I'm not sure if that's the right way to go. And I'm not sure how you're going to prevent that because the guns exist anyway. So I'm not really sure what the argument has to stand on in that particular situation. The foundation is very weak. I'll say that. Okay. So let me tell you guys what y'all need to know about though in this bill. Okay. They wanted to make sure that the sheriffs were happy. They wanted to make sure that they appeased to law enforcement. So they added some things in this bill that is wild to me, okay? It's wild. And these are last minute changes. So if you have been keeping up with the bill up until this point, then right at the end they made some changes. So what they said, during a traffic stop or other investigation, an officer who has reasonable suspicion that a person was about to engage in criminal conduct could temporarily take a handgun and run it through databases to see if the gun was stolen. The officer could also check the person's background. So that's something that they can do. And this is like on the side of the road. So this is like something that's disturbing to me, okay? Then it also says that an officer could also temporarily take a weapon if a reasonable person would believe it's necessary for the safety of the officer or others. But it must be returned unless there is an arrest or the person is posing a safety threat. The legislation also gives them $5 million in state funds to sheriff's offices to compensate for the funding loss from permit fees. What? Wild. This is so close to red flag laws. This is so close to them having the authority to go off someone else's word and say, oh, I don't think this person needs their firearms, so you should go in and take them. Alabama ain't one of them sweet states, though. They ain't playing that about their firearms down there. So I don't think that's going to be an issue unless you're black. So I want to be very specific about that. So I want you guys to pay attention to this. Someone can tell law enforcement, if law enforcement stops you, they can take that firearm, run it through a database. Unless you're arrested, then they have to give you that firearm back. Or unless they say you pose a significant security risk. What does that mean? Whose discretion is that? Those are the questions that need to be answered. And so all in all, it's still a win. The only thing that I just don't like about any of these constitutional bills is like the mandate for training. I don't think it's going to be an issue because I think law-abiding citizens really do want to know and learn how to proficiently utilize their firearms in a safe manner, especially if it's a family, especially if you're head of household, especially if you conduct business transactions on a regular basis, especially if you care about safety of others, that type of thing. So that criteria, I think people will still want to get training, but the fact that it's not mandated when you have just opened this new world up to everyone, why aren't you mandating, financial services classes? Why aren't you mandating safety classes? Why aren't you mandating things that will actually help society progress and move forward is the question that I really want to ask, like government officials, the questions that I really want to ask organizations of major organizations that are backing these bills. Like, why don't you want to push for, and I know the answer to that is capitalism. You can't have everyone winning. That seems like to be the thing, but in all reality, you actually can. And so, this is very interesting to see how they're not requiring people to at least get some form of training. Only certain states are, at least 8 hours of training, and that way you can make sure that these people are proficient, and you can make sure that the instructors who are instructing them are proficient. So it's just a lot of gray areas that could be, filled in with some tighter legislation, but it's nothing like making sure that you have the opportunity to exercise your 2A rights. That's what it really boils down to. And these states are now allowing it to happen. Some other things are happening as well, so I'm going to keep moving forward. So let's also talk about how Georgia is moving forward with constitutional carry. I never doubted that this was going to be an issue, especially in Georgia. Georgia is a very, very gun-supporting 2A right state, and so the fact that it's not constitutional carry already is very interesting to me. But that's not the point. The point is that SB 319 is moving forward. That it's now on the Senate floor and is going up. It's been passed by the Senate. It's now on the floor of the House. And so this is the one that I needed to read. The other one was 4 pages, and I read that to you on the last show, so go check that out. But this one was 25 pages, and I wanted to read it and make sure that I understood what was happening in it. And it has some very interesting things in it that I think you should know about. So first of all, I just want to say that I am a person that loves sexy wordplay. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's a thing, because I know sapiosexual is like some person who likes their mind stimulated. I'm definitely that. But it's something about putting words together in such a way that flows properly in a sentence for me that does it for me. I don't know why. So when I was reading this legislation, I was like, who wrote this? Who put this together? Let me meet them, okay? Because let me tell you what it says. It was some points that stood out to me that I absolutely love. It says, evil resides in the hearts of the individual, not in material objects. And since objects or instrumentalities in and of themselves are not dangerous or evil, in a free and just society, the civil government should not ban or restrict their possession or use. I'm just like, who did that? Who arranged it so perfectly? You know, who allowed the words to flow effortlessly off my tongue in such a manner? I thoroughly enjoy reading this. I feel weird saying this now out loud. Okay, but listen. So Georgia's going to move forward with constitutional carry, and one of the definitions that I wanted to make sure that I looked up was like what it means to be a lawful weapons carrier. That was repeated so many times throughout this piece of legislation. I was like, well, what does this actually mean? So I want to read it to you so you know what it means in the terms of state of Georgia. So a lawful weapons carrier means any person who is not prohibited by law from possessing a weapon or long gun, any person who is licensed, or any person licensed to carry a weapon in any other state whose laws recognize and give effect to a license issued pursuant to this part. So if you have a sister state that is recognized by Georgia, then you are a lawful weapons carrier. If you have a permit, you're a lawful weapons carrier, and as long as you're not prohibited, so as long as you pass a background check, and as long as you're not like a felon, and you know you pass the provisions, any background check, then you are a lawful weapons carrier. And so again, this was repeated several times throughout this. You're not allowed to have these in parks, historic sites, or recreational areas. And so that was something that was in here. Another thing that I thought was really, really interesting is section 11. I thought was super, super important. And a lot more, obviously, sections were important. But in section 11, it talks about the prohibition of firearms, hazardous substances, knives, or other devices, penalties, and what those penalties were going to be. And it says a person cannot place the items in a plane, a train, a rail, that type of thing. You can't do that unless it's private. And if it's private, then the person has to have the permission from like the pilot or the owner of the aircraft. But now you can like fly with your firearms. You can move your firearms. You can fly with your firearms now. It's so dope. I'm so happy about that. And I think people will pay a premium price for that. Now, you have to obviously check with aviation rules and FAA and all that stuff, and like where you're flying to, you need to know those rules and things like that. But I think that's super important for you to read the legislation so that you know why this is effective for you. You can't go into any church unless it's lawful, unless the church allows you to come into there. You can't go into like a courthouse or any government entity. And a government entity is an office, agency, authority, department, commission, board, body, division, or institution in the state or county or local board of education within the state. Parking facilities, the employer cannot tell the employee he can't have his firearm in his locked car. He can't tell him that. As long as it's stored correctly in your vehicle, you can have your firearm. It does include schools, but not like preschools or not like preschools. It doesn't allow you to have that or any entity like a university if you're attending said university. But you can't have it within 150 feet of a polling place. Like, these are the little things that you need to know about, and how far and where you can carry it. If you have your firearm on you and you come into a government building, right? Immediately upon being told that you can't be there, you need to leave. If you leave and get off premises immediately, then it's a warning. And if it happens, it's a $50 fine on certain ones. But if you do not leave immediately, they can arrest you, and that's a felony. And so you need to know that as well, because, like, certain people, if they don't read the fine print, they'll arrest you immediately, and you don't know your goddamn rights. So listen, I didn't know I couldn't have like, those are the type of things that, unless it's like blatantly printed, those are the type of things you need to know. And so I just want you guys to be up and aware on this. You can have your firearm, and concealed to the state of Georgia means in a fashion that does not actively solicit the attention of others, and is not prominently, openly, and intentionally displayed, except for the purposes of defense of self or others. Okay, it's very clear. Such terms include but not limited to carrying on one's person while such handgun is substantially but not necessarily completely covered by an article of clothing which is worn by such person, carrying within a bag, nondescript nature which is being carried about such person, or carrying in other fashion to not be clearly discernible by the passive observation of others. That was a lot. Basically what it's saying, as long as someone can't see it, okay, as long as you can visibly hide it within your clothing, but not necessarily completely hide it because it's a bulge, probably, whatever, as long as you attempt to like have it on your person but it's not visible to others. So I love this. Okay, you definitely have to know what concealed means in the state that you're in. And then it has a lot of people that are exempt from this, meaning like wardens, like, jail officials. Those people are exempt from it. And you just definitely need to go through this and make sure you are paying attention to the laws. But again, it's about to be passed, and the governor already said he's a champion for it. He's gonna sign it, and so Georgia will probably become the next constitutional carry state. And I am all for it. I am here for that. I am here for everyone having the rights, because the bad guys, again, do not pay attention to these rules. The bad guys meaning, foreign entities, international threats, the, people who are out to mean you and your family harm, random situations that you in. You could be at the grocery store now. You never know where you can be, and your life is taken for no apparent reason other than you were at the wrong place at the wrong time, or some maniac got dumped that day by his girlfriend, his boyfriend, whatever. I don't care, right? It's not my problem, not my issue. What is my issue is going home to my family that day. And so this evens the playing field for that. And so I am definitely supportive of constitutional carry. I train myself, so I highly encourage you to go out and get training. I am an instructor licensed in all 50 states. So if you want me to come train you, please let me know that as well. And so I really, really believe in this. And I believe in the fact that people should have this option of being safe while also being secure. Okay, so I believe in that. So that's what I got for you guys. We're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna bring you some more news that you can use on Chocolate Tangerine on Power 108.9. And we're back, guys. Welcome back to Chocolate Tangerine on Power 108.9. You guys, let me tell y'all, it's so much transpiring in the world right now. I am just on such a high, because it's like, it almost feels like a cheat code. Does that make sense? To be up on the end stuff right now. I feel like literally the decisions that you make right now are going to affect your life 10 years from now, 10 days from now, honestly. But when you think long term, when you think of how you want to live, and then how you want your legacy to be. And so one of my mentors told me to work backwards, right? He told me that you want to start at your funeral, basically, and then what is your obituary want to read? Like, how do you want it to read? What do you want it to say? And then the people in the audience, in the crowd, are they meaningful relationships? Are they impactful relationships? Will you genuinely be missed? Is that important to you? Is leaving, a large lump sum of money to your family, is that important to you? Like, what is your level of thinking at the end, right? And then work your way backwards from there, and that's how you create the life that you want. That's what I was taught. So I believe that 10 years from now, and then when I look back on the strides that I've made, my legacy is going to be crazy. Like, the things that I got, like, from cannabis to firearms, to the financial industry, to the culture, to my last name, my family, my lineage. I really believe like I'm headed in the best direction, and I'm super excited about that. I really, really am. And so when I look at the future of the financial districts and the future of the stock market, like, I'm reading this book called Japanese Candlesticks right now, and it's so interesting how Western society and Eastern society, how they look at money, how they look at patterns, how they look at situations, how they're able to gauge and read the stock market progressively and proactively instead of reactively. When you look at those things, it's just amazing. And I aspire to be someone, honestly, who is not only making significant passive income, because I love my time. What I love is my time. I love to spend it the way I want to spend it, no matter how that is. If it's on a whim flying to, Dubai the same day, that's me. Like, if it's on a whim of, renting out whatever for a family member because I want to enjoy them, I want to celebrate them, I want to throw the most extravagant birthday party, whatever it is, I enjoy doing it at its maximum. And I enjoy being present when I'm experiencing something. And the only way that you can be fully present, I believe, is when you are the owner of your time. And so in order to do that, I really feel like the future is going to call for us not working 70 hours a week, not busting our ass in this rat race, not like, I really believe that counter effect of being down from COVID was people enjoyed spending time alone. They enjoyed spending time with their family. They enjoyed doing what they wanted with their time. And they didn't always have to be busy. And those people who were always busy found a new calling in life. They got a chance to start that business because there was no other way for them to put food on the table. And now that business is successful. Now they're able to thrive in a new way. Now they see other opportunities they weren't able to see because they were just on go all the time. And so that was one of the side effects from COVID that I think was unexpected. I think people, especially government entities, especially businesses, large corporations, thought that people would run back to their jobs. They would run back to germ-infested Friday lunches, and like, no one fucking wants that. No one wants Kathy's potato salad with raisins in it that her cat's hair is in. No one wants any of that anymore. And so people are spending their time at home, and they're spending it doing meaningful things and experiencing life, like travel, like creating art that is selling for millions of dollars in the NFT sector. They are creating products that people now need, now want, and now use on a daily and consistent basis. And now they're in high demand. And so I'm super happy for them. I am so happy for them. I'm happy for myself. During that time, I was able to create a book, and I'm so happy to announce that this book is called the Personal Firearms Record Book, and this is for my responsible two-way gun owners who really want to make sure that they are compliant with themselves. It has absolutely nothing to do with government entities or, creating some type of list. This is for you if you want to sell your firearms, because selling them, private sales are up, and so people are making money in that division. But if you want to sell your firearms and you want a list of all the ways that you've enhanced it, you've modified it, the money that you put into it, what you originally bought it for, and what you want to sell it for. If you want to start collecting firearms and document your collection and keep records of it. I created a personal firearms record book for people, and it always sold out. Always, 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 always. Every batch that I got printed sold out almost immediately. You better big up myself. You better. I'm not even joking. This smile is so authentic because I'll be so proud. I be looking at the ledger, my bookends and my back end office, and I'll be like, yes, you better sell it out. You better say zero in quantities, inventory. I love it. So what we did to fix that problem, because now people are emailing me like when's the next batch coming, because they want to be ahead of the game. And I normally just release it to my email list, and that's why it sells out so fast, because they scoop them up. Well, I created a digital version. We now have a digital version of the Personal Firearms Record Book, so now you can get an immediate download. Now you can get an immediate download straight to your computer, and you can digitally put it in. I feel like that's easier anyway. I know a lot of people still like, writing with their hands, but this digital version will be so much easier. You'll be able to check the boxes. You'll be able to put in any red dots that you put on it. You'll be able to put your serial number on there. You'll be able to put this information and keep it in a secure location, keep it in a secure place, so that you'll always be able to pull it up anywhere. So if you want to, and that's where we're going to get to, NFTs in the future, you'll be able to sell your firearm in real time, wallet to wallet, and then you'll be able to transfer that data using a smart contract. And I talk about this every single week, so we're going to continue to build on that this week. But I just want you guys to be aware of this is happening, and this is why I made it digital. So you can go to my website, www.tacticaltangerine.com, to purchase that starting March 21st and beyond. You can get the digital copy, and it's ready for download for you guys. So I'm super excited about that, and I'm really, really proud of the work that we put into this book, because you can create, there's a note for sections. There's a note for you to put your photos on there. So you want to put a digital photo of what it looks like, you can drop it in there, and I think that's so important. The date you purchased it, the condition, and does it need a tax stamp? So for my SBRs, my short barrel rifle people, my people who have those suppressors, you guys, oh my God, the suppressors are back, and it's just like I shot them before I went to New York, and I'm just like on cloud 100. I don't give it, like, when I tell you I am so happy, like, this week has just been phenomenal, and I just want to continue to bask in this glow, because professionally, personally, everything is flowing. And can you just big up me? Because I know, like, you might be jealous or something. I don't know. I don't care. But just be happy for me, because it's taking so fucking long. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I just need balance in my Libra life, okay? Scales was, you better stadium war, okay? It's taking so goddamn long. I was so tired. I was so exhausted, But just hang in there, sis, okay? Hang in there, bruh, because it's going to happen for you too. I really believe it. I really, really do. And so things are really happening for me on the professional side, and especially this NFT collection, getting phenomenal reviews. I'm so proud of it. I'm so happy about the work that's being put in and the story behind it. I really, really am proud of it. So yeah, we're going to continue to build and expand on that. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I too have an NFT collection that has dropped. Several of the pieces have dropped already, and the reviews are phenomenal. It's that perfect balance of masculine and feminine. So the target audience would be cigar bars, cigar lounges, like man caves, those she sheds, those women who like to smoke a cigar with whiskey. But honestly, for anyone who likes a vibe, like who is into guns, two-way supporters, who knows two-way supporters, that type of thing, that is a really great gift for them. NFT digital art is the future. And when you think about how big regular art is, and how big and how much money people pay for regular art, right? whether it is a Van Gogh, whether it's a Basquiat, whether it is, a Whitney Austin, because I believe she is the future. I love her artwork. Shout out to her. I really believe that when you start to look at digital art and the future of it, and then not just digital art, when you start to look at movies and the way they're already releasing NFTs with movies, and I'll talk about that. I'm going to talk about that in a few minutes. How DC is creating NFTs for all of their characters. Like when you start to really think of the future of digital art and the future of everything, NFTs are going to be 100% part of that. And so, I'm just excited to know about that. And so one of the things I want to talk to you guys about, NFT projects that are coming out that I think you guys need to know about. Forbes is coming out with virtual NFT billionaires. This is so real. And when I read it, I was like, you gotta be joking. You gotta be shitting me. But this makes sense, and this is the future, and people are going to buy it. So if you want to be a billionaire, do it by any means necessary. And one way you can do it is by being a virtual billionaire, and that counts too. I promise you, that might count more in the future than being an actual billionaire. You see how the Warren Buffetts and the Mark Zuckerberg, whatever the hell his name is, are like, they're getting older, that type of thing. These new age billionaires are going to get their money from the digital world, from cryptocurrency. And so this is what's happening. Forbes is creating fictional virtual investors with enormous theoretical portfolios with virtual net worths based on live New York Stock Exchange pricing, fabulous hobbies, and eccentric Forbes accessories that will be ranked daily on the Forbes virtual NFT billionaires list. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, they're going to track these billionaires like they track regular billionaires, the Oprah Winfrey's, the way they track regular billionaires. They're going to have their own profile pages on Forbes.com. Each one of these, they're getting 2 and 3D illustrators out of Barcelona to help them with this project. And this is a chance, they say, to own a fun and interactive collectible that can be authenticated and traded on the blockchain. And do you understand? Last week, and I talk to you guys about this all the time, what makes this so important is it can be authenticated in real time every time. In real time, every time. Do you know how long it used to be for you to get a Forbes list update? How long it used to take us to know? It used to take 365 days to know the next set of billionaires. How people fell off on money, how people gained money, who died, who lived, who was born, the next heir to the throne, whatever the case. It took 365 days. What if it took 365 nanoseconds? For you to log into your digital wallet, they to log into theirs, they to show you in real time, because it can be authenticated. For you to go to a website and look up the blockchain and see how many owners this has had, who owned it, what they bought it for, how much their net worth is, what their digital, how much money they have in their digital wallet. This is the future. This is the level of authenticity that I think some people are super afraid of, but this is what it has to be. This is what it has to be. You niggas is not from Atlanta, okay? So this is what it's going to prove. This is literally what it's going to prove, okay? So how you can get this, they partnered up with FTX. That is a crypto exchange just like, Coinbase is, that type of thing. So you can get this ERC 721 token. That's that's basically the name of it. It's an ERC 721. Those are the type of tokens that was created. Okay, so just like what's the equivalent basically? So you have the $5 bill, the $20 bill, the 5 cent, the 10 cent. So this is just an ERC 721 token. Okay, what you have to do is create an FTX account. Okay, so go to ftx.us. You're gonna follow the prompts to complete a KYC verification. You're going to deposit at least 0.25 ETH. ETH is Ether, and that is how you're going to pay for this. You cannot pay with fiat money, and that is like cash. You can't do that, so it has to be in Ether to buy the ERC 721 token. Does that make sense? Okay, so you're going to have to deposit that, and there's super easy videos on YouTube how to do this. I'll create a 30-second one on my TikTok page, so make sure you go over there to follow me, okay? Tactical Tangi on TikTok. Go over there and I'll have a 30-second how you can create a digital wallet. It's not a problem, and load your funds on it. And then it says when the sale goes live, press mint for XUSD. You're going to have to mint this, which means you're going to have to pay gas fees, which means you're going to pay in GUI. I know that was a lot, right? But what that means is you're basically paying to make this an NFT, which is like the new thing. And it makes sense because how bad do you want this? And this is going to appreciate in value. This is going to be something that you can keep in your investment portfolio to pass down to generations, or you can sell it on the secondary market and you can then make a profit off of it. And you can also include royalties, so every time it's resold you can get money from the secondary market. So this is, again, super dope. This is super dope. There's always an up and up and up and up and up to this, okay? So don't think about whatever the gas fee is, pay it. Whatever the amount of GUI is, pay it. This is, and I'm not giving you no damn financial advice, okay? This is always true, okay? So it will also show you how many Forbes NFT billionaires have already been minted once you do mint this, so you'll know what circle you sit in. And when I say you, this is all about networking. This is how businesses are taking their business to the next level. They are introducing another business model into their already, completed or cemented structure. And what that does is just add a new set of followers to them on social media. This adds a new set of followers to their magazine. Forbes probably should have been died out if they weren't keeping up with the times. Do you understand? It's innovation. It's innovation at its finest, and no matter how much you're fighting it, it's happening. And so you have to be a part of it. You have to make sure that you know that I might not agree. I might not like it. I might not like what it's doing to the environment. I might not like the mining. And I might not like, because some people, if you guys aren't familiar, the electricity that is generated or having to be produced in order to mint an NFT is astronomical. And so apparently it affects the environment. And so a lot of NFTs are being minted and they're offsetting the emissions, and they're trying to do what they can to offset the degradation basically that they're doing to the environment. But this is happening regardless, and this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to be that person that's saying, well, justifying anything. I'm not. What I'm saying is this is happening regardless, and this is an opportunity to and this is, think back to prohibition, alcohol prohibition. People were told they shouldn't sell, whiskey and beer and moonshine, etc. And they did it anyway under fucking ground. And now they're the Budweisers of the world. Now they're the Cooler Lights of the world. Now they're the Jack Daniels of the world. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if it's going to happen regardless, what side of history do you want to fall on? What side are you on right now? Okay, are you tired? Are you exhausted? Are you not making ends meet? Then you better find another way. You better figure out what the future is and head in that direction. And that's how you're going to be able to pass down opportunities for your future. And this is an opportunity for your future. This is a Forbes virtual billionaire. You can buy this, okay? You can be a virtual NFT billionaire, and Forbes will list you and your avatar as such. You will be treated as a billionaire. I can almost guarantee you this. So this is super dope. And so it hasn't been it's not for sale yet. They're going to give you all the details, and they're going to let you know when this happens, but pay attention to things like that. Okay, so that's one thing that's happening. The money that's being backed and put into NFTs is crazy right now. There was a fund that was just created, and it was created for $30 million. Okay, it was just in a hedge fund. An NFT specific fund was just created specifically to invest in NFT art. It was created for no other reason other than to invest in NFT art. $30 million, okay? And these are like high-level investors, obviously. It's called Curated, and it is devoted to buying and holding NFT art. Okay, it's backed by crypto investors, and they're going to be investing. And these investors are like Alexis Ohanian. Okay, this is Serena's baby daddy. Okay, Serena is involved in this. Okay, Serena Williams, like tennis Serena Williams. Okay, like her man's a whole billionaire. So I ain't even saying nothing about nothing. I'm just giving facts. Okay, and so this is important for you to know who's involved in this. Okay, it's called a blue chip NFTs, and these are NFTs like CryptoPunks, Art Blocks, and Bored Apes. These are the ones that they're going to invest in, and they're going to work with popular artists who are selling singular NFT art projects. Okay, so if you wanted to create just one NFT and you just needed funding for that, they're going to back it or they're going to buy it. Okay, the purpose of this, they said NFT assets are what we think are going to be a really big deal over the next decade, like orders of magnitude larger than they are today, because NFTs give us a digitally native way to invest in culture at internet scale. Did you hear all the words in there that were super important? Okay, big deal, next decade, magnitude, digitally invest, scale. Those are keywords that you need to know, because this is, again, the future, and this is how you're going to be a part of it, and you're not going to miss out on it. Okay, and even though this right now seems like almost like investors are holding back, they're pushing back on NFTs because there are a lot of scams that are happening. There are a lot of projects that aren't being displayed in digital wallets. Some people are not. I think 50% of NFTs have been lost. I don't know how the fuck they've been lost, because that was the whole purpose of everything. And I don't think they're lost. I think the people were scammed. That's what's happening. And so, which is super important. Unfortunate, you have to do your due diligence. And because of that, OpenSea, their transactions were down by 40% to $2.3 billion. I mean, they're still making money. Do you understand what's happening? It's down 40%, and they're still a $1 billion company. What does that say about what's happening right now? And these people just invested in a $30 million fund just for art from NFTs, just for art. Okay. And so what that means is the money is going to hold, but it's going to be readily available when the market goes back up. Okay. That's what that means. And I want you guys to, again, pay attention to this, because you can easily get involved in these projects. Maybe not be a part of this fund, but you can watch them, the moves that they make, and you can invest where they invest, okay, if possible. So another thing that is happening is Stripe. This is huge. This is so big, and I want you guys to pay attention to banks and things like that. But Stripe announces they're going to have fiat payment support for cryptocurrencies and NFTs. This is huge. What that means is you're going to be able to use your dollars, your hundreds, your money, your fiat cash to purchase NFTs and cryptocurrency. And right now, that's kind of like that's like the only problem, because you have to go through a couple of steps, and it's not even a lot of steps. You have to just get like Coinbase. You have to get a digital wallet, and then you have to go through a third party basically to fund the third party, and then the third party funds your digital wallet. Right now, what they're saying is Stripe is going to allow you to, like, my business funds go through Stripe straight to my business bank account. So if I can just purchase crypto, if I can just purchase Bitcoin, if I can just purchase Ether, or fund my digital wallet from my business bank account, because all of this is business that I'm doing right now with the NFT space, this is going to be huge. This is a serious game changer. And it says businesses can use Stripe's new application programming interfaces to accept fiat payments for crypto, provide digital wallets, pay out users in fiat, leverage identity and know your customer solutions. So that's what KYC means, know your customer solutions, and utilize data to detect and block fraudulent transactions. Do you see how much power that is? That is so much power, because right now that's going to prevent the scams from happening. That's going to prevent people from wanting to be involved in it. And that's going to increase traffic to their site. This is a win-win for everyone. And this is a problem with capitalism to me, is like, you feel like there needs to be bottom feeders on the bottom of society, and you don't. I mean, obviously everyone's not gonna be a king, but you definitely still need all the other people that make up the things, and the laborer can still make money, the carpenter still make money, all of the other people, the electricians still. These are services we still need. Everyone can still eat, everyone can still have dignity, everyone can still thrive and live and be abundant and still have opportunities to pass down. But no, it's the greed. So I am so happy about Stripe being able to allow people to put that power back into their hands and let people know that that they support this new future of money. Like, digital wallets are the future, digital currency is the future. And if you are not up on it and you want to be stubborn about it, just like television, people are more online now, people are watching YouTube more, so television is like being stubborn about the things that they're doing and not trying to change their ways. And now people don't have to put up, they got Hulu now, they got Netflix now, they got Amazon Prime now. Do you see what's happening? The options are there. And so if Bank of America, Wells Fargo, if they don't get, I'm ready to go anyway. I've been ready to go anyway. So they have to get it together, or they're going to miss out. And Stripe said that they were not going to miss out. So I want you guys to pay attention. That's all I'm trying to do, is put you on game, so you know what's happening, so you know what is transpiring right now. Okay. Another thing, all my entertainment buzz. Let me tell you. First of all, I'm into this Marvel situation. I'm like for real, like Marvel is like a serious thing now in my household. And so I have to catch up. I had no idea about all of the entities. I feel like I'm a million movies behind. Okay. I have absolutely no idea what's happening right now, but I'm going in chronological order because, Disney Plus, shout out to them for buying every fucking thing. Okay. And so Disney got the craziest collection right now. And they have the timeline of Marvel movies. And so I'm all the way up until Thor. I just watched Thor, Dark World, whatever. So all my Marvel people know what's going on with that. And so I didn't know about the rivalry between DC and Marvel. I didn't know. So all this time, one of my sayings is like, what's the plan, Batman? Like, but apparently that's like sacrilegious in my household now. Like, I can't say that. So I have to come up with a new saying. But I say all that to say it's very interesting because I never paid attention to any of this. I never fucking cared, right? But now, introduced to new things, and now it opens your world or whatever. And so Warner Brothers is launching hybrid physical and digital DC comics. And these are themed NFT trading cards. This is big because you know how big regular trading cards are. People are buying regular trading cards at astronomical levels, okay? Like in the millions of dollars now. This is a thing. It's like collecting coins. It's like bird watching. It's like the thing that you aren't into, but other people are, and they found a way to monetize it. That's what's happening right now. And so I just went to see the Batman movie. Let me tell you what I did. This is no bullshit. Should I even say it? I mean, who asked? Honestly, but like I am not a person that goes to the movies. I'm not that person for several reasons. Especially the shooting in Colorado, that put me on my final notice. But like, I remember like a few years back, this kid wouldn't stop talking like throughout the movie, like would not. And like, they didn't have parents there. I'm like, shh. And they was like, what's up? And like, they squared up on me like they wanted to like do something. And I was just like, okay, because I'm gonna go to jail, and I ain't got time to go to jail for no movie. So haven't really done the movies. I don't like large crowds. I'm a private movie person. So at the theater, at the house, like that's me now. That's me. That's the space that I'm in my life. So I don't go to the movies at all. So when I had to purchase the ticket for Batman, the new Batman movie, you have to go into the movie theater. You have to go and see it. So I went to the movie theater. I scanned my ticket. I bought some nachos. I bought some popcorn, and I bought some chicken nuggets. And then I just ate it in the car. I had the best time ever. I had so much fun. These were the best plant-based chicken nuggets I have ever had. Like when I tell you, shout out to AMC for having vegan options there. Shout out to them. Super proud. And I was so grateful for those nachos. I mean, for those chicken nuggets. And so I was able to get my NFT, and I was able to get a limited edition comic book that I'm about to get like framed, and I'm about to get rated. I didn't know this was a whole world either. Like you get your stuff rated and you're able to hold on to it and pass it down, and you're able to like use it as a collectible, right? It's like one of those things that people collect, and I sure as shit believe with my whole heart that X amount of years from now, however many years, whether I'm here or not, the money that this is going to be worth is something that you pass down. It's something that you put in your trust. It's something that you should always own. So I love that, right? And this is the future of that. So again, it's called they're working, and I didn't know they have a multiverse as well, but obviously they have a multiverse with DC, and they have superheroes, supervillains, and other DC characters. And this is going to be with Immutable X. Immutable X is really, really dope. They're with Mintable, and that's where my NFT collection is. My NFT collection is called Counterculture. If you want to go check that out, I'll put a link below. But mintable.com/counterculture is where you go for that. And they are on Immutable X, and they're going to create NFT collectibles that are going to range between $5 and $120. So super, 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 super affordable. And you're able to hold on to these, or you can resell them on the secondary market. And so they're going to hit the shelves. They're supposed to start this month, March 2022, which is when the Batman movie came out. Batman movie came out March 1st. So this is when it's starting. And again, it started with the Batman movie. So super happy that I purchased that. Super glad I know about it. Again, you have to know about these opportunities to take advantage of them, because the ticket for the movie was $30, and I spent $30 at the movies on myself and ate happily in the car, and it ended up being it's probably going to be worth thousands of dollars. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like one of these was going for like $15,000. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then don't let you put a royalty on it. Then you can get 10%, 15, up to 50% royalties when someone else resells it, and they're going to resell it. Or if they hold on to it, it's going to continue to appreciate in value. And when they do resell it, you'll get the lump sum. Just imagine getting 20% of 69 million. That's the largest amount for an NFT currently. That's the record holder, I believe. Beeple, he had his sold at Sotheby's auction for $69 million. Okay, just imagine getting 10% royalty of that. Imagine getting 30% royalty of that. Wow. Okay, so super excited to know about this. DC Comics trading cards have been a favorite of fans for decades. Combining that enthusiasm for collecting with a custom NFT is just brilliant. And this program brings the DC brand to fans in a way that's never been done before. And this is the person that's over global brands and experiences. These are the forward thinkers of the company. These are the people that understand where we're headed, where fans are headed, where they want to be, and steering them in that direction, letting them know that we're on it. We're not leaving this opportunity behind. We're going to make sure you have an opportunity to get involved in this NFT space too, with your favorite characters. And then that creates a new blood, that creates a new fan, that creates a newfound love, that makes them go in the archives and go rewatch movies they haven't seen before. That increases the stock value. Do you see? Pay attention. Pay attention. They're going to have physical and digital. They're not leaving the people behind who like tangible stuff, that like to flip pages and like to see stuff. They're not leaving them behind. They're bringing the best of both worlds together until it comes to a point where the only thing they're going to have is digital. They're only like, do you know how some companies only offer you a way to email your product? It's going to be something like that. You can only get it through your email. Like they're not sending out paper mail to you in your bill anymore. Same. Oh my God, it was so much more that I wanted to discuss with you, but as always, time fucking flies. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I love you guys so freaking much. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with Tangi's thoughts. Be loyal to those who are loyal to you. Be honest to those who are honest with you, okay? Know that everything is going to work out. and that I want the best for you no matter what it is. I want the best for you. Whatever you think that is, I want that for you. Okay? And know that it's not conceited to brag about your capabilities. And with that being said, my name is Tanjanika. I am the CEO of Tactical Tangerine. I'm an international best-selling author. I'm a Marine Corps veteran who did 2 tours in Iraq, and I may not be nothing to you, but I'm the shit where I'm from. And I love you guys so much. I will see you back here next time on Chocolate Tangerine on Power 108.9.
From a Nubian queen, I get lifted, you get lifted, we get lifted, let's get lifted.